Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Quarren Queef Tuesdays with Stories. I'm Joe List. Right
hey,
over
Mark
there
Norman
is...
here.
There you go.
Sorry. I'm on no sleep. I'm sniffly. I'm gay. I'm all over the road. How you feeling?
What happened? No sleep.
I just can't sleep. I wake up at 8 a.m. I go to bed at 4. I'm getting like 3 plus 4 hours in a row. I'm losing it. There's nothing to do.
Yeah, I think I've been saying it the whole time. I think we don't understand. I know people don't want to hear about quarantine and pandemics and whatever, but it's hard not to talk about it. I think we don't realize the subconscious mental effect that's happening. Everyone goes, fine, it's kind of nice. I don't have to worry about this and that. But it's we're a social animal, and our lives have been turned upside down.
Yep, especially ours. I mean, we were on the road every day, out in the clubs every night, crowds, outlet, expression, gone.
All gone, and it's starting to really make me sad because I watch all these movies. I was watching a movie yesterday. People get on a flight, I start crying.
Right.
They show the Eiffel Tower, I shit my pants.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's tough, and I think also, not to get all choochy, but, the human body, it was evolved to hunt a fox and eat it and eat out a chick and then blow a guy and then go to the mountaintop and jerk off and come back and drink out of the pond. And I'm just sitting in my shitty, dumb apartment all day, and I'm not getting any of the stimulus.
Yeah, we need juice. We need fluids. I got to swallow cum. I mean, I haven't seen somebody else's asshole in like 3 months.
Hold on.
Careful. Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
We're going to get kicked off the YouTubes.
Sorry, that's where I'm at in life.
But, yeah, it's tough. And how about this? I had a fucking breakdown this morning.
Ooh, do tell, fatty.
Well, so one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs, by the way, track 7, Use Your Illusion 2. So I get my bagel every morning, lots of bagels on Broadway here in Astoria. Best bagel I've ever had in my whole life.
Aha. Jews or
Asians?
Ah, look at that. They can do it all.
Yeah.
I see them in Mexican restaurants too. I see a little Chip Sung Young back there, and I'm like, what are you doing making a burrito?
Well, there's so many Asians, there has to be someone that's good at everything.
Ah, yeah, good point. And bad at everything.
Yeah, you got to have an Asian guitar player, an Asian, violinist, an Asian carpenter, an Asian Jew.
Yeah, I mean, they're nailing everything except the porn. The porn, they're lacking. Not dick-wise. I mean, like, I should say they're racking, but it's blurry and pixelated.
Oh, is that right? Because I've heard, they blur out the dick and balls.
Yeah. Maybe they're ashamed of the size.
Possibly. But I know they have a lot of porn because I hear a lot of bits about Asian porn.
Oh, yeah, it's out there. Don't get me wrong. And they do some sick, wacky shit, but they still blur out the wee-wee and the woo-woo.
Those are the stars.
Woo! Throwing stars.
Wee wee and woo woo star in the poo poo.
Poo poo platter. Oh boy.
So any jizz, I go to lots of bagels. I got a meeting at 11. I try to get some experience, strength, and hope from my fellow drunks. And so there's a meeting at 11 a.m. I said I'll start my day with a nice, some mental health. I sleep late because I can't sleep. So we're doing CBD, feel CBD, and Sarah and I do Tylenol PM weekends. Friday and Saturday, we allow ourselves a Tylenol PM to get a little extra.
Stuff.
So I got CBD and Tylenol PM. So I'm like who's that guy that slept? Van Winkle.
Winklevoss twins. I know what you're talking about.
Winkle Van Stinkle, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good move. That's what I'm going to do. Tonight I'm doing a Xanax, I'm doing a Valium, I'm taking a Plan B, and some Special K, and I'm just going to knock out. Because I keep trying to do it myself. I have one melatonin. I'm like, oh, come on. The body needs sleep. It'll happen. But the brain is too strong.
Well, I feel the CBD oil, I was always on the fence about this business, but it really seems to help me. My eyes get heavy.
Yeah, it helps, and it kind of shuts the thoughts down, but I chugged that Feels the first night, and I need some more. Hit me up, Feels.
I got, the anxiety's tough, and it's right when you lay down. As soon as you lay your head down, you're like, oh, I wish I could always feel as good as I feel. Not when I first wake up. When I first wake up, I have horrific anxiety.
Yeah.
But then I do my meditation every day, and after that, I feel good because I know what I'm doing in the morning. I'm like, I'm going to get up, I stretch, I do my meditation. I go to lots of bagel. I've been going for a run lately. I'll meditate. I'll go for a run and get my bagel. And then I come and I watch something. I'm watching something, a movie or a TV, whatever. And I have my bagel and my coffee. It's when that ends that I'm like, should I write a movie? Should I do a push-up? Should I fuck my dad? I mean, that's when I lose it.
Yeah, I'm lazy. I should be doing more. I should be being productive. I suck at life. I'm a worthless fucking homo. Yeah, I'm with you.
So this morning, I'm going to do this meeting at 11. I sleep in a little bit because I took Tylenol PM and put some CBD in my ass.
Yeah.
I wake up. I'm on the wrong side of the bed. You're just anxious. You're frustrated. I go to lots of bagels. There's a line out the door. Now, do you have this ever? You're not as much a creature of habit, maybe, but I go to the same place every morning, and I'm like the only one there. Sometimes there's one other guy in front of me, but you go there on Sunday, line out the door. I have this I don't know if it's elitist, but this thing of like, this is my spot.
I know the feeling. What are you doing here?
Get out of the way. It's like the cellar when you go there and the table's a bunch of people that you're like, do you even work here? What is this?
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean exactly. And not to mention, you got to stand 6 feet apart like a bunch of weirdos, so the line's out to Brooklyn.
Yeah, the line's out the door. There's 4 fucking assholes. And then, so I go, all right, let it pass. I'll go to Starbucks. I'll get my tea first because Starbucks is open again, thank Christ.
Uh-huh.
So I go over there, event-free, whatever you call it, no incidents, get my tea. It's nice. And I do feel like you were talking about, there's some niceties there. You're like, I appreciate you being here. And they're like, hey, have a good day. We're both wearing masks.
Yes.
We have hard-ons. It's nice.
Yeah, it's like a small town again. Everybody's chit-chatting.
Feels good. So I get my tea. I go back to lots of bagels. The line is no longer out the door, but it's still slow because there's a bunch of people waiting. And then it's getting, those minutes are ticking closer to the meeting. If I'm late for anything, I want to kill myself.
Oh, I've seen it.
So it's 10:52, 10:53. Finally, they take the asshole in front of me. And he's got one of these orders. Now, I also have this. I'm like, I just want a whole wheat bagel. Nothing on it, not toasted. Slice it in half, stick it in my ass, and I'll leave.
Sure.
But he goes up there, let me get a peppermint seed, double toasted, extra cream cheese, an orange juice with no pulp.
Oh, God. What is this, Meg Ryan?
Oh, and then he does a second one, also double toasted.
What does that mean, burnt? I've never heard of double toasted. That's what they did in fucking Auschwitz.
Never heard of a double toast? You got to toast it and then toast it again?
Yeah, you take it out, put it back in, and this guy's wacky.
Well, so now we're up to 4 toasts. I got to wait for 4 toasts.
Yeah, you can't pause toast.
That's too many toasts. And so, halitosis, this guy just goes on and on. It's like a 9-minute thing, and it's 3 minutes till Wapner, 2 minutes till Wapner. Finally, he gets out of there. That's a Rain Man reference.
Oh, I thought it was an Italian.
No. Remember, they were trying to watch People's Court.
Oh, right. Wow, deep pull there, Fetty.
Yeah, it's a great scene. They are in there making legal history, Ray.
Yeah. Double toast. This guy's, imagine him at a wedding. He gives 2 toasts.
And he did a double toast.
Yes, double trouble.
Both bagels need a double toast.
Yeah, I don't like them.
It's a quadruple toast. Anyways, it took forever. Finally, I get my bagel. He puts it in the lady there. She knows me. I give her the see you tomorrow, and I gave it extra loud. This is what a fucking cunt I am. I did an extra see you tomorrow to let everyone know I'm here every day.
Right.
I'm not some weekend warrior asshole like these douches.
Yeah, I'm a single toaster, but I'm here every day.
I do no toast. I got a toaster at home. I'll toast at home if I want toast.
I don't know. I don't do the toasting either. I don't get these guys. It's got to be toasted. Shut up. It just puts a little brown on it.
I like soft.
Same.
My panties are toasted.
Yeah, my dick's soft. I'm a fan of I'll go this level. I like a steak fry. I like a French fry, and I don't want the crispy ones. I hate the crispy.
Me too.
Aha! We're the minority here.
I like a gooey, like the softer the better. I like a mashed potato in there.
I want a limp dick. I want a wacky. I want to smush it in my fingers, and it's almost like a paste, like a mashed potato.
Same exact thing. What's nice is my wife, she likes a burnt, so we fit together like, a square peg and a round asshole.
Yin and Andrew Yang.
So, anyways, then I come back, and now it's 11, so I'm late. To me, I'm 10 minutes early or 11 minutes late, whatever that gay saying is.
Dime a dozen.
Our key, I don't know if it swells in the heat or what. We probably have a locksmith listening, but it keeps every few weeks, couple months, it jams, so you can't open it. The front door.
Hate a jam.
It hurts your finger because you're trying to the metal on finger.
Aha.
I couldn't get the fucking door open, and my wife sleeps till 4 p.m, so I'm buzzing the doorbell trying to get in because now I'm late. I got a bagel, a hot tea, and I can't open the fucking door, and there's nothing worse.
That's when you got shit in your hands, the clock's ticking, and you can't get somewhere. That's so frustrating.
Well, it's so frustrating, too, when it's your front door, because now every time I enter my house, I'm entering it upset.
You're right.
Because I'm like,
yeah, and you just want in. You want your TV, you want your couch, you want your shit.
Yeah, and so now I have to buzz in. I had to have the neighbors buzz because Sarah's out walking with her sis, and so I had to have the neighbors buzz me in this time. Very frustrating. And then I get in, and, that was basically it. But I was a little bit late. I hated it.
I have if you're late to an AA, I feel like they'd be pretty upset because that shit gets vulnerable, you know? There's some guys in the middle of telling I blew a guy at a rest stop, and you're like, oh, sorry, just couldn't get my bagel. And he's like, Jesus, I'm pouring my heart out here, and this queef can't give me 2 minutes.
Well, it's a Zoom, so you kind of just pop in, and it's whatever. But, I mean,
see.
The physical meeting, it is weird. All of a sudden, because the door always makes like a squeak. It's like,
yeah.
The more subtle you try to be, the more like an asshole you look when you're doing the tiptoe.
Tiptoe, right.
And then
you
you
pull
got a
chair out.
Exactly. And the paper bags like.
Right. Isn't that weird how... Because sometimes my lady will sleep till 4 p.m. as well, and I like the alone time, so I'm like, I'll just let her sleep, and I'll watch Brady Bunch or whatever the hell I'm doing, and every little thing is so loud. You don't realize how loud it is until you're trying to be quiet. You know, you pop the top of the oatmeal, you know, you turn the water on, you're like, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? It's like a blind guy. I hear everything. I'm like Daredevil in my kitchen. I hear a pin drop and a hummingbird outside queefing.
I'm reminded of two things. Tommy Johnigan has a great bit about this. I think it's on Stand Up Comedy 3. But he said, I'm doing everything short of dipping my potato chips in water before I eat them.
Exactly. Yeah, like Hiroshima. What's that guy's name? Nagasaki? Kurosawa.
Oh, yes. So he's talking about dipping his potato chips. And then the other one is that great joke about Sinbad had a great bit about when you cheat on your girlfriend and then you're trying to sneak in. He's like, and the birds be talking about, yo, Sinbad! The birds.
Man, there's nothing funnier than a black guy setting up a punch by saying, be talking about. Richard Pryor has that one. He's like, you ever have that good sex? I'm talking that good sex. You know, Toes be talking about. Come on. It's the whole that punchline is him wiggling his fingers to be Toes.
Woo. Well, I hadn't.
Double toes.
I hadn't seen. Speaking of Sinbad, I haven't seen or heard from him in a while. And you hung with him, didn't you?
I did. I was a huge fan as a kid. He had that snowmobile suit on, the blue pink suit. Remember? And he's like, man, when your mom's mad at you, you can't get away. Her arm goes like 10 feet. Don't you run from me? And she catches him at the end of the block. She's still on the porch. I don't know. But
he was great.
Huge fan of Sinbad. And I did a gig at Caroline's, just like a showcase show, and he was doing the 8 o'clock headlining, and I was on like a 10:30 show. I show up at 10:25, and he's still going. He goes to like 11:10. He must have done 2 hours or whatever. People are trickling out. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I was so angry, but I was like, I'll watch some Sinbad. My night's over. And then he felt guilty about going long, and there's a bunch of comics sitting there that he told us stories for like an hour. So I was like, I know you think you're helping us out and being nice, and the stories were cool, but you just did 2 hours. Now you're doing another hour to 6 comics. How narcissistic are you, you wacko? And look, the stories were fun, but it was still like, can we leave at this point, or we have to listen to this? I know he's like a higher level up and a legend or whatever, but I just want to go. Like, you bumped me already. Now I got to listen to you?
There's nothing better than putting or whatever at the end of legend.
You know what I mean? He's something. He had a sitcom, I think.
Yeah, the Caribbean thing. I think he had a late night thing. But
yeah.
I hadn't seen or heard from him in a while, and my best pal Derek, who's oft mentioned on the show, his mother was a big fan. He got her a Sinbad cameo for Mother's Day.
Wow.
He sent it to me. I might have to play it. I'll put it on the Patreon with his permission.
On.
Yeah, go check out the Patreon for a Sinbad cameo. Well, it might be too personal.
No, that'll be fun. He must be cleaning up on that cameo, because the people who know him. Like, he was a clean comic.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a pretty good bargain. We could go halvesies on it. $65.
What? That's high.
It's high for a cameo, but to me, as my friend Derek said, it's a steal, baby.
I guess. Sinbad. He had a great story about how he didn't get paid, so he went back with a friend and broke into the club and stole the sound equipment.
Oh, wow. That's a felony.
Yeah, he was a bad boy, back in his day. I think he's like a Chicago street tough or something like that.
A Sinbad boy. Well, he's great, but it was fun because he personalizes the message. Like he said, say something about, he asks about the subject.
Right.
So he'll be like, hey, I heard Susan really likes playing tennis. What you doing playing tennis? You going to pull a hamstring, Grandma?
Oh, that's
And he
fun.
does a thing, and it was pretty fun. It was fun and funny, and it was making me laugh, but I also felt kind of sad for the guy.
Yeah, because you're never going to see Seinfeld or any of these guys on, like, Chris Rock. They're never going to do cameo.
No, but then I thought, I'm like, maybe we should be doing cameo. I wouldn't mind making $30 to say, hey, blow me, Steve.
It's pretty crazy, because I'm like, cameo, I would never do that. It makes you look bad. It looks weak. But then I talked to some, Brendan Schaub. He's like, I just made $2,000. I went and had a sushi dinner, I'm like, oh, yeah. It's a good point.
Yeah, DePaulo's on there.
Yeah, why not? But I'm so dumb. I'll do a free thing on Instagram. Like, somebody will message me, can you send my daughter a birthday? I'm like, hey, you fat skank, happy birthday, you fucking whore. And I'm like, I did that for free, but then I'm talking shit about cameo. So maybe I should do it.
Yeah, we made one together for a fella named Shane.
Yeah.
That was fun. I mean, that one I even edited. It took me time.
Oh, wow. And that was free.
For free, so...
Yeah. Let me ask you there, Sloppy Jalopy. These and you don't have to get too. I know this is personal shit and confidential, but these AA meetings, not the Zoom, but the real ones, is that heavy duty shit? Are we talking crying men and nom vets and drunk lunatics trying to hug you and shit?
Well, I mean, there's some of that. I mean, I don't want to get too into it because there's traditions involved and people take this very serious, and I don't want to piss anybody off. But yeah, there's some heavy shit. I mean, some there's nothing. Some there's just like, it was crazy. All right, thank you, take care.
I'm going all a Fight Club. Bitch tits, the crying on the tits. That's the name tag, the coffee, the donuts.
It's pretty. I feel like every movie that tries to depict it, you're like, I don't think it's anything like that. It's always like a slow zoom, and there's a guy like, because I didn't, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
The movie Flight, I think they nailed it the best.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, sometimes it's heavy, but I can't get too into it. I'll get emails from people saying, hey, what the fuck, you fucking asshole.
What about the religion part, though? Isn't that a little, like, that's when I'd be like, all right, I got it. I'm going to have a beer.
Well, it's all of your own choosing. You don't have to do anything religious. I think people think it's like a cult. It's just people that are fucked up helping people that are fucked up.
All right, well, that's nice.
It's a lot of I've done that, don't worry.
Aha.
that kind
All
of
right.
thing.
Oh, that is nice.
It's
Maybe I'll
quite
go to one.
quite nice, quite delightful.
Yeah. And you
It's
can
pretty
go if
fun.
you're still boozing, right?
You're not you're not supposed to. It's not a hang.
I mean, I haven't seen anybody. I want to get in there.
Well, if we should set up a big hang on Zoom, a comics hang, no podcast. We don't have to have any fucking bookers show up.
Oh, God, I don't want any Booker.
Well, we had an incident.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, a nice hang. Get a bunch of comics to show up and just go, all right, everyone talks one at a time.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great. I feel like I need it. I'm getting what's the word? Stir crazy over here.
Oh, I'm crazy. I'm stirring and I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Sarah's about to go to Texas for a week, so I'm going to be all alone.
Now, is that exciting or is that scary?
Well, I guess it's nice to take a break because we're not fighting. We're getting along great, but we're used to being apart for days at a time.
Right.
I watched that guy, Dan Savage, was on Real Time last week or 2 weeks ago.
He's big.
Well, he was talking about there's a fear that like a lot of people are going to get divorced because they're spending all this time with their girlfriends or wives, and they're like, I can't do this. We got to break up. But what they don't realize is you're with the right person. You're just used to the built-in separate time.
Right.
So once it goes back to normal, your relationship will be great again.
Even better, because you'll have that separation time, and you know you can hang when it's tight and close, but now you'll have the close relationship with some space. It's going to be perfect.
Right. So, if you're having relationship troubles in quarantine, folks, don't jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
But
I know one couple that already broke up, and I'm like, well, how did you get rid of them? They live together. So,
Yeah.
like, did that person buy an apartment,
Kooky.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's gonna go. I'm a little nervous because she's driving with her sister, but then she's gonna fly back. And those flights, it definitely increases your chances of coming back with the business.
With the Rona. Yeah. I'm starting to think we're I mean, I don't want to sound like Tucker Carlson here, but I'm starting to think that if you're okay now, I think you'll be okay. Like, I think if you're young and somewhat healthy and don't have a pre-existing anal, I think you're okay.
A preconceived notion.
Yeah. I think you're okay for a while. I'm going to say even if you got it, you'd be okay. It might suck for 2 days or 3 days, but I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, hopefully. It depends. I mean, that's what's so weird is there's just enough people that are like, I exercise 9 times a day. I eat nothing but, chicken soup, and I almost died.
Yeah, that's true. There's enough of those where you kind of get nervous, but I'm like, maybe you have polio and you don't know it or something.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I should come to your house, but I don't want to push it.
I just don't see the benefit of that with the podcast, at least. This is fun.
That's true. I guess it's normalcy. I'd be hanging with you. It's face to face. I don't know.
But we wouldn't be able to fit on camera together, being 6 feet apart.
True. We get a wide lens or a split screen, but then, it's the same shit.
We could go split anal. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it in a week or so. But then what are you going to do? You're going to take the subway? Now you're in the subway. You're contaminated.
I could take the subway. I could take the hog. I could take Uber.
Oh, the hog's not bad.
Aha! I have a hog.
If you hog over here, I'm interested.
Well, if we do, we got to plug this. If what do we get? If we get 3,000 Patreon, we're going to do the Stranger by the Anal.
Stranger by the Anal. That would be fun to do together.
That's what I'm saying. I can't do that. We're going to be pausing, and I'm going to be missing a step, and you're going to be ahead of me, and I'm going to be jerking off. So I feel like we got to do that together.
It's a good point. Maybe when Sarah's gone, you come over, we watch Strangers by the Lake. But here's the issue. It's going to be just you and me on that couch watching gay porn. It might get weird.
That's all I've ever wanted. This is what I've been waiting for this my whole life.
I mean, this could result in a 69, which would really be a good Patreon. I mean, the ladies would be all over it.
Yeah, if you don't buy that, if you don't become a member for that, you're kooky.
I mean, I think one time, Greg Stone and I in the Tampa condo, we watched Brokeback Mountain on my laptop, and our legs were touching. And there was a moment where he thought I was trying to fuck him.
I believe it. Yeah, I mean, that feels like a setup.
And Brokeback Mountain, by the way, is like a rom-com compared to
oh boy,
Strangers by the Lake.
Oh boy. All right. Well, yeah, it's gonna be weird. I'll bring a condom.
I mean, you're gonna see the purple head of a dick shooting a white load.
Well, I mean, I still watch a lot of porn that have men in it, so I've seen the load shot. It just happens to be on a dyke or a lady.
I always forget because I'm not really a porn guy. I forget that there's hot dicks coming.
Oh yeah, they're hot. And how about this? Since I'm trapped in this birdhouse with this broad over here, I'm jerking it quietly like it's high school again.
Oh, I haven't jerked since fucking Reagan was in office.
I snuck one in because I was like, this will be a thrill. It's like I got my mom in the next room and I'm rubbing one out over here. I got the porn on my phone and I'm like, I hear a queef or a creak and I'm like, and I put the blanket over me. It's like 1999 again.
Yeah, in some ways, your girlfriend walking in on you is more embarrassing.
That's a good point. Yeah, the mom gets it. Oh, kids will be kids. They're horny, hormones. He's gay. But the girlfriend's like, what are you don't like me? Come rape me.
Not to mention, she glances at your computer and you're on, Michelle Wolf's Facebook page or whatever. And she's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that would really hurt my dick chances, I think. But, no, that's a good point. She's going to see the black Asian lady and freak out.
Yeah, I would be horrified for my wife to see what I'm thinking about up there,
Yeah, definitely. Oh, wow, you scared me. Maybe, how about this? I got prepared. If she walks in, I'll flip it over to her Instagram.
That's a good idea. Have it ready.
Yes, exactly.
Have like a family photo of hers to just pull up.
Right. When I was in my younger days and I would jerk off at my parents' house, I would have one hand on my dick and one hand on the last channel button. Just in case someone walked in so it would go back to C-SPAN or something.
Right, but then they think you're beating off to Alan Greenspan.
Well, that Gorbachev, that oil mark up there that's a little target practice.
What the hell's he doing in Congress?
It was the 90s. I don't know.
Let's get some ads out of the way here. Mm-hmm. Or whatever you say.
The first one, I feel like we can go off gut.
Oh, my God. I mean, first of all, we've already talked about, we gave this gentleman a freebie. That's how much we love this product.
Oh, yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Antoine's Cookies. Now, this one, everyone can get behind. Some people, I think, are confused by shit. Everyone understands a cookie. And this is, and you guys know me for years. I've been the chocolate chip cookie guy. This is my favorite chocolate chip cookie.
Yes.
Numero uno cookie-o.
That is a big endorsement from this fatty. I mean, you're a chocolate chip connoisseur. You're a triple C.
I'm a Nazi. I'm a triple C Nazi.
Yeah.
Antoine's, I'm not even reading the thing. I can't even figure it out here. Antoine's isn't just a fan of the show. Oh, yeah, he's a fan of the show, by the way. He has devoted the last 7 years of his life to making amazing cookies. Whatever gets you going, folks. Snickerdoodle, chocolate chip, dark chocolate chip, walnut chip, white chocolate, macadamia, peanut butter cup, toffee, or the grande demi. I don't even know what this says. Of them all, oatmeal chip. Antoine is whipping up a batch. I should have just gone off my tits.
Yeah.
I'm going back off my tits. Get an Antoine's cookie. They're fucking killer. And he's a small business, so support the small business to deliver it right to your door, and it's still fresh, and it's just sugary. It's perfect.
It's so good. I like to heat them up like a little, Jew in the 40s and really get in there, let that gooey chocolate run. I love the peanut butter cup. That might be my favorite. And he's a good guy, and he sells over 400,000 cookies a year, and the Tuesdays have been lining up. I see all the Instagram stories. I see the tweets. They're fans. So get on it, folks. Also, it's organic, unbleached flour. That's something. So right now, Antoine is giving all you gays 15% off of your order at Antoine'sCookieShop.com. And use the code Tuesdays for 15% off. That's not too shabby. That's ANTOINES cookieshop.com. Promo code Tuesdays for 15% off, folks. Get on it and get a cookie today.
And this episode is also brought to you by ExpressVPN. You know we love ExpressVPN. Being stuck at home these days, you're probably using the internet more than ever. We were just talking about this very subject. but you might not be too concerned about privacy on your home network. But
Yes.
you should be if you open a private tab on your browser and no one can see what you're up to, right?
You got that right.
Wrong. Well, we got to break it to you, folks. Your online activity can still be traced, and even if you clear your browsing history, your internet service provider can still see every single website you've ever visited.
There you go. We were just
Yikes.
talking about that with the jerkin.
Exactly. Well, we got a solution. Never go online without using ExpressVPN. Hide your history. ExpressVPN reroutes your internet connection through their secure servers. It's anonymous. Each ExpressVPN server has an IP address that's shared among thousands of users.
Here,
Tell
here.
them more, Mark.
You got to do it. Hide your history. Be anonymous. And it's fast. It's the best. Protect your online activity today. Visit expressvpn.com/Tuesdays, and you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/Tuesdays. EXPRESSVPN.com/Tuesdays. Get on it and surf safely out there, folks. You don't want to be caught watching, Fat Granny's 19 or whatever.
Yeah. If you got the means, support the people that support our show because we need it now. And speaking of your support, we are really cooking with the Patreon. We're getting closer and closer to our goal of 3,000 patrons, which will get you an audio commentary of the film Stranger by the Lake.
Woo!
And you should do it just to get Mark out of the house and into my house. And,
Yeah. I mean, what a gay adventure. I hop on the hog. I go to your place. Your wife's out of town. I mean, the whole thing sounds like a fun homosexual romp.
It's pretty spicy, so get on there. All of the first 174 episodes are on there, the early days, and some great interviews on there, some great guests. All the live episodes are on there. There's a shitload of those.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my favorite episods, although this might be in my top 3 right here. I'm having a grand old time here,
This is a fun one. Sinbad.
although it's early.
Yeah, we got a whole another half, but we'll pack it out. I got some ideas.
And so, get on the Patreon. It's also our only means of income, so that you'd really be helping out a couple of douchebags here.
And yeah, and you guys know you probably went through the whole catalog, so why not get extra shit? Get on that Patreon. Get the live apps, get the backlog, get everything.
Yeah, you can hear the whole evolution of the program. God, there was one thing I needed to add that I wanted to talk about, and it's escaped me. It's killing me.
It'll come back. It'll come back, much like a hungry kitten.
Fuck me.
I had this one. I hate, my biggest gripe in life is passwords and signing in and logging on and all that shit. Drives me fucking batshit. Wuhan bat, wet market. And so I've been trying to get paid on YouTube for my special. And so I go in and it says, you have a hold. I'm like, hold. You know, right when you get through all the bullshit, you get in there's a hold. So now you got to deal with the hold. So I check out the hold. It says your money is being held in a claims court in Delaware. And I go, what the fuck are we doing here with Delaware? Who's in Delaware?
Biden.
So, what?
Biden.
I guess. And Delaware Punch, and there's that famous Washington painting.
Oh, yeah, that's the Delaware River.
Aha.
I don't know if that's the state. It's probably
All
in the
right.
state, I guess.
Dover?
That place sucks.
Bend over? Yeah.
Delaware blows.
Blows. And so I have to call up Delaware. You know, they're stuck in 1881 over there. They answer the phone. They go, hear ye. I go, hey, I'm looking for my claims. They go, what's the claim number? You tell them the number. They go, oh, we can't find that, but we found this. So now apparently I have a bunch of Sirius XM radio money in that claims court.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of a happy accident. I don't know what happened with the YouTube. That fell through. But now I'm dealing with that, and I have to call Sirius, and it's a whole thing because they go, here's the number to call. And I had a weird thing where I call the guy, and I go, hey. He goes, hello. I go, yeah, sorry to bother you. I'm trying to find my money in Sirius XM. I'm a comedian. And he goes, sir, are you in rehab? And I go, what? I thought he was fucking with me. Like, what are you, crazy? You need rehab. And I go, no, I'm looking for Sirius XM. And he goes, this is rehab. And I was like, So I called a rehab place, and I sounded like a crazy person.
They must have thought you were rehabbed. No.
I guess
No, that doesn't really work. That didn't really work, I don't think.
I don't know if I got it.
Retarded, rehabbered.
Got it.
It was not a stretch, it was a pole. It was like a hamstring pull.
Right. Yeah, you pulled a hammy there. But so I finally got it together, and I got some money on the way. But it felt so old-fashioned to have like a wrong number.
Yeah, that's like a classic. I mean, I can't remember the last time I had a wrong number.
Yeah, and it was like an 80s sitcom gag. He's like, are you looking for rehab? And I'm like, what are you saying about me, you piece of shit? You called me retarded? And he's like, no, this is a rehab. I was like, got it. But the money's on the way, and the special is really accruing some funds.
Yeah, everyone go to the Venmo and then throw some money. It's a free special. It's a killer special.
Thanks.
And keep liking it, keep commenting, and keep posting.
It all helps, because with YouTube, the whole rub is length. It's no width. They want length. They want you to hit that G spot because they can put more ads in. So the longer it is, the more money you make. So if it's an hour, you're cleaning up.
Now, why is that? What if don't the ads come beforehand though?
No, they go during. I mean, you can turn them off or on, and you can skip them. But I throw them in just because I'm trying to make some clams here.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, that's nice.
And you can pick when they go, so it doesn't ruin a punch. So we had to go through and go put one here. This is a setup.
Oh wow, boy, I'm gonna need your help on this shit. I'm a fucking idiot.
I got all kinds of tips on it. I'm a whiz now with this shit, and it's so fun. You go in every day. You're like, oh, we're up to 600,000. You check your analytics, and it goes like this. And the most painful part of it, though, is the retention.
What's that mean?
That means they show you when people watch the most, when people drop off, when people come back, and you're like, ooh, that drop-off came pretty quick.
Oh, that's tough. I mean, but you got to understand try not to take it personally, because it's like, half the people listening to this left after, Sinbad touched my dad.
That's a t-shirt. That sounds like a lyric.
Speaking of which, we got some new merch coming. Go hit up, remember to be happy, the number 2.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of merch on there. We got new merch coming your way. Yeah, we got those stickers that say, surfs up, fuck your dad. Or I can't even remember what it was.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Those are in the works. So, and then there's a couple new t-shirt designs coming too.
Oh, yeah, maybe we can get a sticker for break bread and eat ass or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember.
We're not good at things, but
call in if you know.
Yeah, hit those Venmos, and some people are just randomly dropping money into both of our. Like someone was like, "I love Mark's special. Here's $10 to me." I'm like, "Oh, great,
whatever it takes." Yeah, and I had me and Sam did a Zoom last night. We talked for like 2 hours, and it was fun having the two YouTube guys going at it about how'd you put yours out, how's it doing, did you feel better about this, got any tips for me, and that was fun.
Yeah, send me a copy because I assume we're going YouTube. I mean, nobody's buying.
It's a good way to go. You get you get Gulman to tweet it and all these guys, and it's good. I've seen it. It's a killer special, and fuck them. We're gonna have me, you, and Sam on YouTube. It's gonna be like a 1-2 punch haymaker, and these networks are gonna go, shit, we fucked up.
Yeah, who needs them, and what can you do? I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited about the whole thing. I just hope that we're going to be going back to work soon. I guess I got a date in the Side Splitters. They're pushing it, so I'll be in Side Splitters in August, I think, or July.
Oh, nice. Yeah, these, I guess, redder states are like, fuck it, jizz in my asshole. I'm not catching anything. Let's do this.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I talked to Vecchione. This was fun. Dan Soder and Mike Vecchione came over to the house the other day. We didn't come in. We stood outside on the sidewalk. But it was nice to see some comics.
I believe it. Yeah, I need that connection, fatty.
And then we bumped into Mike Albanese and Nate McIntosh. We're just hanging out. Great comics, great guys. They were just sitting outside, chatted with them for about a half hour. Then Vecchione and Soder came by. We chatted for 20 minutes. And then Chris Scopo's fat ass comes waddling by. So we had a nice little foursome there.
He does have a obscenely large rump.
He's got catcher's ass. He was a catcher.
Oh, he's got catcher's ass, yeah.
So many those squats, they all got big, juicy asses.
I mean, that thing is a apple bottom. It's a badunk-a-dunk. I want to eat dinner off of it.
Those catchers, if you're gay, and I know catcher's a term, but like those are power bottoms. Christian Vasquez, Pudge Rodriguez, you look at those tushes.
I know,
Wild.
but I feel like if I was a gay man, that's extra padding I got to penetrate through.
I suppose so. It's like Big Jay's old bit about the dick isn't small enough to fuck a big ass. I mean, the dick isn't big enough.
Right, because you got to get that's extra inches that you're going to lose because you got to penetrate all that cheek.
Right, but I think you have to spread the muscle. It's muscle, so you can just push it out of the way.
I guess, but you don't want to tear a rectum or a sphincter.
What do I care? It's their rectum.
Yeah, I guess you're tearing it up with your dong anyway.
True.
Tear that ass up.
But anyways, yeah, it was nice to see those guys. I think there's going to be a little bit more of that as the weather gets nice. They showed the East Village. There's just people sitting on the sidewalk drinking beers.
The West Village is by the water. It's jam packed. People got towels on. The ladies out there right now in a bikini, just drinking a beer at noon in the park. I mean, people are out. There's people playing music. The cello guys on the corner. There's kids playing stickball and a hoop going down the street with a stick. You know, it's like the 50s out here.
Yeah, so we'll see a spike, but I don't know. I see a spike every time I shit, so I'm used to spikes.
Yeah, spike strip. But yeah, I think it's fading. They call it quarantine fatigue.
Yeah, I got that for sure. No question about it, because we're going on these long walks, but it's still the same neighborhood. So we're going to go up to the Berkshires, I think, in a couple weeks. And
good for you. Live it up.
Out.
It's going to be the trip of your life just because it's something new. It's scenery. It's fresh air. It's different.
Well, I'm thinking, too, like, because the planes, I'm not thrilled about getting on a plane because it's that recycled air, and it's the most... it seems like susceptible place, so I might drive to Tampa, get a car, and
what?
Why not? Fuck it.
22 hours?
Probably. I'll spend some time in the car, see the countryside. I just got to get out. I got to move. I need the wind in my hair and some Tom Petty and.
I feel the same way. I got to move. We're not still creatures. We got to travel. We got to roam, baby. Roam right to Rome.
Yes, I need the right to roam, and yeah, it's a weird, kooky time. What's interesting is I don't want to get political or whatever, but someone put it well with the masks and everything. Both sides is like sees it as like their civil duty.
Yes.
Like, I have got to wear a mask because we're all sick and it's dangerous and it helps not spread the disease, so we must wear a mask. It is our civic duty to not wear masks. To wear a mask. And then the other side is like, you can't tread on me. It is my civic duty not to be told what to do. So both sides are wearing masks or not wearing masks, and they're both like, I'm doing what's right for our society. Isn't that strange?
It's interesting. That's fascinating. That's kind of human nature. Like, I'm going to spin my way. My opinion is 100% true. Yeah, but they think this. Well, they're wrong. Yeah, but they both make good points. Yeah, but they're different than mine, so fuck them.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. But the not wearing the mask, to me, I'm going to get a lot of shit. To me, it's like the guy when you have a party and you're like, hey, we don't wear shoes in the house, so just take your shoes off. And there's one guy that's like, nah, I got a hole in my sock. Fuck you. And then there's just one asshole walking around with his fucking shoes on.
I agree. I always wear the mask. I mostly wear the mask just so I don't get yelled at.
Right. That's enough.
That's enough. But
that's why I take my shoes off.
But I don't get it. Like, I wear it, and I hope other people are wearing it because you don't want to get anybody sick. But, okay, if you got a mask on and I got a mask on, do we still need the 6 feet thing? I need more specifics. Like, people go, hey, get 6 feet away from me at the grocery store, and then they go up to the counter, and the guy's 2 feet away from him cashing out the register. So it's like, it's just very convenient that you can be 2 inches away from the register guy, but then you yell at me for being 5 feet close.
Well, I think it's the briefedness. 6 feet is like if you're hanging out for a while. I think it's extended time. From what I've seen, and this is what the other people do, they go, just keep believing the mainstream media or following politics. I'm like, well, I'm watching a doctor. I'm listening to a doctor.
Right.
It's not the media. What difference does it make what channel he's on? He's a fucking doctor.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I think what they're saying is there's not a lot of evidence of getting it outdoors. So I think in the park, you frolic around. And then the 6 feet if you're spending extended time. But we've talked about there's people, I talked that story before. I'm in the grocery store and I walk by a lady. She's like, oh.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm just walking by. It's 2 seconds, you fucking cunt. You're not going to get it from walking by.
And then you're going to have a basket full of ho-hos and ding-dongs. You're going to spend 8 minutes at the register talking to the Iranian guy.
Exactly. And by the way, it's mask when social distancing is not possible. So in the store, you throw the mask on. When I'm walking around, I got the mask on my balls. I don't
Do you really?
Well, I take it down, yeah, because I hate it. I don't want to wear a mask.
Same.
It stinks. It slides off my nose. I got a beard.
Yeah, you got the bad breath coming through. It's chapping my nose. I'm like a welder out there.
It's horrible. But, in the store, I'll put it on. And my glasses fog, which is a bummer.
Yes, I get the fog when I'm wearing sunglasses. Hate a fog.
But, why not wear a mask? I don't get it.
Yeah, just do it. People don't like being told what to do. It's all very contradictory, like, don't tread on me. But then they're like, I don't know. I can't think of another thing. But it feels very, it only adds up when it's the shit they want, when it's convenient.
Right. Yeah, it's a weird kooky time, but I do understand the frustration in a lot of these states where I'm watching the Senate hearing and they show South Dakota, the senator from South Dakota, they show the stats. It's like deaths, 6.
I know.
It's like, they're like, what the fuck? Fuck you.
Yeah.
So I get it, but we're over here in the heart of the jizz here. So
yeah, but I got to tell you, I got my family's like, are you okay? Is de Blasio raping you? What's happening up there? Cuomo's gay. He's got nipple rings. I'm like, it's fine, Like, they just think New York's this epicenter. Morale is good. The sun is shining. People are on the stoops drinking wine, playing music, hopscotch, anal. It's pretty good.
No, I feel it's like one of those things, I guess, until you're directly affected, but the whole time, I feel like I'm disappointing people. They're like, New York, what's it like? They're shaking. They're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I don't know. I go to a bagel place every day. The Asians are cute. I get a coffee. I'm walking around. We had a picnic. I'm running.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
it's
double
pretty
toasted.
Nice.
I know. I don't know what to tell people, but yeah, same. It's one of those things where it's like that Larry David episode where he got sick or he had like a heart thing. Oh no, he faked his death to get out of a ticket or something. And his wife shows up at the hospital and she's like, "Oh my God, I thought you were dead. Well, you fucking asshole." He's like, "Well, shouldn't you be happy? I faked it."
Right.
It's kind of the same thing. Like, people are upset that I'm not dying.
Yeah, and maybe we will at some point. I bet so far so good. I don't know. And I, with respect to the people that have had it and are dying and their grandparents are dead. And
yeah, I'm so lucky, and I guess you're lucky too. I'm lucky we got this special to put out because it gives you that jolt again of like, I'm doing something. Something's happening. I created a thing, and people are enjoying it. It's because we had that every night before, and we haven't had that. So you get that old feeling again with the special.
Yeah, you forget. I mean, I forget what it's like to do bits. I did. Chris Walsh started a podcast, him and Gary Peterson, that I'm sure they'll want you on. It's called Hell Gig, and it's about hell gigs.
Oh,
and
sure. I've got a million.
I almost started crying because I'm telling the stories, and like when you're not thinking about it, because I'm just enjoying it myself or trying to. I'm watching movies and going for walks. But when you really think about stand-up, you start telling the stories of arriving at the gig, and you're like, oh, this is going to suck, and that guy stinks, and you meet the opener, you're in the car, you start to be like, God, I fucking love it. I miss it.
I know. Even the little things I miss. The bad coffee, the morning radio, all that shit I hated, but now I'm like, that was just part of it. That's all part of the fun.
Yeah, there's definitely things I don't miss. Sarah did a Zoom last night, and there's a comic who's notorious for going long. Went 10 minutes long on the Zoom.
That's banana. What kind of psycho does that on a Zoom?
And that I don't miss. That thing of like, hey, do you mind if Dave pops on before you? And you're like, fuck.
Yeah. I agree.
Isn't it funny to reflect? I mean, I guess you didn't have this quite as much maybe as me, but because you live so close to the clubs, but like, I remember being like, we're running at 5 minutes late, and I'm like, fuck, I just want to get home.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. I just want to get on the train so I can get home. And it's so funny to think about that now where I'm like, I just want to leave my home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how everything becomes. It just keeps flipping. You know, when you're single, you're like, I wish I had someone to love. Then when you're in a relationship, you're like, God, I'd kill to be a whore right now. The grass is always gayer.
Yeah, when you don't have AIDS, you wish you had it.
Yeah. Well, you'd lose some weight, I guess.
Yeah, that seems fun. You never hear about AIDS anymore. Doesn't it feel weird?
Yeah, Magic Johnson's like high-fiving people. He's got a restaurant, and people feel fine eating there. They're not like, oh, what if I eat there and get an appetizer and get HIV?
Yeah, it just passes, I guess.
I guess so. But I think that's how Corona's going to be. I think in 5 years, it's going to be like, oh, I got some Corona. Here's some ginger ale.
It's an interesting thing, too, about the media, too, where you're like, I haven't heard one news story that's not COVID.
Yeah, they love it.
Did everything else end? Like, is there any problems anymore? I mean, I guess they had the shooting. That's been in there.
The shooting's a problem. I guess they'd go top priority ratings-wise. I don't think they give a shit about anything but ratings on the news. I don't think they care. It's almost like the hospitals. They keep telling people, oh, you got a heart attack? Get out of here. We got to do COVID people. It's like, well, the heart attack's bad, too.
Well, I think the stats that, like, hospitals are going out of business because no one's going anymore.
Huh?
People before, they have insurance. They go, I got a sniffle. Let me go to the doctor. I'll see if there's anything in my ass. But now everyone's like, just stay home. Fuck it. So all these doctors, it kind of shows you that a lot of these dentist and doctor appointments are just unnecessary.
I always thought that. I haven't been to the doctor since 44, but the news, they make the hospital look like Grand Central Station, like some guys in the hallway like, there's not enough beds and shit, and the respirator's broken, we got to get one in from Singapore, and the nurses are doing a TikTok. It's busy as hell over there in the ads.
Yeah, I don't know who from what and where from which.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but this is why you listen to a pod, or you watch Joe Rogan, or you listen to some kook on a web show, because you're like, this guy's telling me the truth. I feel like Don Lemon's blowing me.
But then there's counter to everything I watch. You see the other guy.
Yeah.
Every time I watch a thing about the economy, I'm like, Jesus Christ, we got to get out here. We got to start doing some shows and, making some hamburgers. And then you watch a thing about the disease, whatever the fuck it's called, virus, disease. I thought those were different, but evidently they're the same.
Yeah.
And then you watch that, you're like, we got to fucking shut down and bury our tits in the ass.
I know. And I take a little offense to, we're phase 4 or 5 or something, comedy.
Oh, yeah, we're the last phase.
Everybody's like, I needed this special right now. I'm going through hell, and this got me back, and that was such a nice tweet. I needed a good laugh. I'm like, aha, you needed it. How about phase 3? Put the opera and Asian porn at the end. I feel like we're maybe 3 at least.
Well, the crowds is what's the thing.
Right.
But why not do shows for 40 people? Spread them out. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm down, but we're gonna take a big pay cut. I'll tell you that, Sloppy.
But even that, I mean, it's better than nothing. I do a show for $300 right now. I'm making 0.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing that's gonna be good with your show. I don't want to jinx your anal here, but the Venmos, because I put my Venmo in, and people are like, I feel like I got to give something. This is fun. This is an hour of comedy for free. Here's a couple bucks. I got to say a big thanks, and you're going to get them, and it's just popping up in your emails like, oh, there's $5, $10, $8. It's the nicest thing on the planet, and you feel appreciated, and I can't say enough thank yous. Thank you.
Yeah, I could use it. I'm looking forward to that, because we're used to having a little extra dough.
Right.
And I enjoyed spreading it around a little bit.
Right.
Buying dinner. I'll send my parents some money, buy the young kids some stuff and some toys and send things. And
Sure.
And it's hard to break habits. I'm still doing that. It was my buddy's birthday. I sent him a gay coloring book and a cookbook. And, I sent my niece a puzzle. I'm buying Sarah a pair of shoes and some heels. Well, but then you realize, you're like, fuck, I don't have any money anymore.
I know, but also money's different now, because you used to have some cash over or swipe a card. Now you're on Amazon doing this number at 2 a.m., and it's just free shit. It's
funny money, yeah.
Funny money. I like that.
But I'm going to go to the Berkshires anyways and dip into some savings.
Yeah. I've been dropping some real coin on these Airbnbs. I'm going to Newark to get a rental car. I'm living it up. I feel like you got to live. It's almost like how they say in trying times, the two things that go up are alcohol and entertainment.
Yeah. Well,
not anymore.
We got to put some entertainment. I mean, we're entertaining right now, I suppose.
That's true. And I'm buying alcohol.
Where are you headed to? Tahiti, Hawaii?
Well, we got some friends who are staying like on a lake in Connecticut, so we're going to go there next week. And then we were trying to go to Hawaii, but they won't let us in.
Ah, geez.
Yeah, we knocked on the door and no dice. So we might just go to Florida.
Driving or flying?
Flying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Side splitters.
Yeah. Maybe I'll come see a show.
When's your next date?
I have a bunch in July, but I don't know if they're going to happen. So my next realistic one looks like August. I think it's Utah.
Oh, yeah, they're open. A few of these
Yeah.
clubs are open. I think Houston something was open, and who knows? But we'll see how it lasts. I mean, everything changes so fast. I do think the crowds will be and should be the last thing to come back. I mean, I watched HBO Real Sports. They traced the entire Northern Italy fucking shutdown outbreak to one soccer match.
Wow, is that right?
Yeah, because you got 50,000 people. And they said if they shut down sports here in America 2 weeks earlier, we would have cut the cases by like 75%.
Ah, geez, and I'm sure our shows and some arena gigs, they don't help either. All the concerts.
Yeah, because, I mean, you can get 50,000, especially sports, you get 60,000 people. Someone scores a touchdown, and everybody starts screaming, hugging, yelling, and those droplets go all over, the universe.
Yeah, wow. Jeez Louise.
So
Speaking of sport, I don't think you watch UFC, but they had a big fight. There was no audience.
Yeah, no, I've been watching, and it's kind of fun. That sport actually gains from no audience because you can hear the corner.
Yeah, you can hear the corner, and I can hear the punches hit. I can hear the smacks.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, and it makes sense, that sport, because it's like you got two guys being like, all right, I'll fight. Great, we'll fight.
Yeah, and the audience is just hooting and hollering. I feel like you missed some stuff. This felt more like you were watching a fight at a bar. You know?
It was pretty nice. That part's nice. You don't really, because the crowd noise there isn't like in basketball. The crowd noise, it causes the momentum, and then
Right.
the football you can't hear the quarterback. They got to call a timeout. But fighting, it's like it's not a moment. It's not like a movie where the crowd starts going crazy and the guy's like hulking up,
Yeah, exactly. That was a lot of fun.
But the sports, they were saying, like football, I was listening to Dr. Fauci talk. You got 53 guys on a football team, and if 4 of them are sick, next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire, and 38 of them are sick.
Yeah, well, they're all slapping each other's asses. They got the Gatorade going on. Yeah, they're sitting on the same bench.
It's a weird, fucking crazy time, but we gotta live. So we're walking around, running, and we'll have people over the house here and there. And
Yeah. It would be interesting to see what they have a pandemic in 1918 or some shit, the flu.
yeah, 1918.
It would be interesting to see because obviously that came and went. It killed millions of people. We don't even think about it because we didn't grow up in it, and we grew up way after. But how do they come back? Because you always hear about, so many people die, but I want to hear about the coming back out of it, the erection, the like that part, that transition.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a big one. It couldn't have been great, but they had the Roaring 20s, so they were roaring right after.
Roaring. Hear
Maybe
me
we'll
roar.
Yeah, let's roar.
Right. So are we going to roar? Or are we going to go, I don't know, I can't go to Funny Bone. I got to sit next to this fat lady and she might sneeze and queef and then I'm going to go to the hospital. Like, they roared. Let's roar.
I'd like to roar, but a lot of people died before the roaring happened. So
I guess so.
they're saying we're going to have 100,000 dead by July 1st, maybe. Yeah, it's a lot. But
Yikes. Maybe we can't roar. No more roaring.
we'll do a dull roar.
Aha! Yes. A bark or a meow.
Dull roar is a popular roar.
I guess it is a dull roar. What is a dull roar? Like, what do you describe as a dull roar?
I think you hear that in like a sarcastic, like a game or a show. A dull
it's almost
roar.
like a murmur.
Yes, a Eugene murmur.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, well, we got to start to wrap this thing up. This is kind of a tale of 2 episodes.
How so?
Well, it was wacky and fun and silly and Sinbad-y, and then we really got down to some issues. I think we solved some issues there.
I'll take it. Yeah, a little salty sweet.
Yeah, we changed some hearts and minds, I think.
Hopefully, or we just lost fans.
Yeah, my Twitter's going to be horrific. I was already into it with a couple people.
Oh, really? I felt like we kept it pretty neutral. We're just common sensing it up over here.
Well, a bunch of people think I'm a fag because I want to wear a mask because, doctors say, why don't we wear a mask? And I care about society, but they see it as weakness. I see it as considerate to my society and want to be part of a society. But it's like I said, but they see it as you got to not listen to the people or else we're all going to be a fascist country.
Yeah, well, this is what I wanted to get to before where I flubbed off and went in a trail of nothing. It's a weird thing because it's contradictory because they go, I love America, I care about our people, I'm patriotic, but I'm not wearing a mask. But those are your people. Those are your countrymen. You kook.
Yeah. Thomas Dale shared a funny meme where it's like a patriot being like, I'll do anything with my country. Like, we just need you to wear a mask. And they're like, no way.
There it is. That's what I was getting at.
But someone said it well, too. Masks are the new gun.
Oh, I thought about this. I wrote that down. What is it?
Well, like it's very similar to the argument. Like it's like, no, this is our right. We have a right to not wear a mask, so we're not wearing masks. And then everyone else is like, well, it's just dangerous. So it'd be great if you didn't. And people, it's kind of this similar dividing line.
It's divisive, right? Completely, and it's protection and all that. Yeah, it's very similar.
It's similar. Now, I don't want to get the shit because I believe in a Second Amendment. I wish people didn't have guns or didn't want guns, but I understand you got to have guns. You got to hunt. It is your right. I do understand that. I'm not a fan. Whereas the mask, I think,
Yeah. Well, it's a good movie, The Mask. I highly recommend it. That was when Jim Carrey was really flying high.
Cameron Diaz.
Ooh-wee.
Last night we were reminiscing about seeing Dumb and Dumber in the theater. It was like one of the great experiences of my life.
Yeah, that was something. I saw Ace Ventura in the theater, and this kid behind me, he was alone. He was like 8 years old alone. He leaned up to me and goes, I've seen this 8 times. It's the best thing I've ever seen. I was like, and my mom hated it. I still remember seeing that in the theater.
Oh, God, it was the best. I didn't see the first one in the theater. I remember watching it the first time on VHS. We rented it. My Uncle Dale was like, this movie's amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I remember back then it was when you pretended to have seen a movie because of the trailer. So you just share the stuff that was in the trailer. I'm like, what about when he catches the bullet in his mouth? And people were like, yeah, I guess that part was fine.
Right. Why did we do that?
That part was amazing.
Yeah. But Norm Macdonald's got that great joke. He's like, you ever lie for no reason? Like, you don't benefit from it? Like, hey, you seen the Horse Whisperer's wife? Yes. That's the whole joke. But it's true. One time a guy was like, you see The Revenant? I was like, oh, yeah, because I guess I'm worried they won't like me if I haven't seen it.
Well, sometimes you got to do that. I do that with some certain people, I'll tell you off screen, because if you say no, they tell you every single thing that happened in the movie.
Right.
This is the key. You got to go like this. You ever see that? No. Oh, I think you'd enjoy it. End of conversation.
Yeah, right. That'd be nice.
These folks are like, here's what happened. And I'm like, well, now I can't see it because you're telling me every minute.
Right, yeah. Well, it has nothing to do with the plot. Still, I want to go in fresh.
Still. Oh, we got to do a shout out to old Frank Costanza.
And Fred Willard.
I know. God, tough week.
Tough week for funny old guys.
Two of the funniest people of all time. And
killer.
Yeah.
And we met Fred Willard.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was fun. And somebody was like, what was that like? And I was like, 0, not memorable.
No, it's quick.
Nothing really happened, but
yeah.
The funniest fucking guy ever.
So funny, naturally funny. He can just say a sentence that isn't even a joke, and it's so funny. He was just so good and snarky. He had that, like, bullshit smirk. The whole, just the best.
Pound for pound, the funniest person in movie history to me.
Really?
Yeah, because you got Jim Carrey. He does fucking, what's that shitty, the Majestic Theater or whatever. It stinks.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Oh, yeah. The Resume.
Run, Dick and Jane sucks.
Yeah. The Yes Man, Suck My Dick.
Fred Willard, hilarious every moment of every movie.
That's true. He doesn't have a bad moment.
What about Spinal Tap? Because I'm a big fan. I mean, of the genre. I've never heard of you guys personally, but the genre of rock and roll I really enjoy.
Somebody posted a great clip of him in an interview, and they said, well, Fred, what have you been up to? He's like, I'm working on a novel. And they go, oh, wow, how's that going? He's like, it's tough to read. Like, come on! How did no one has done that bit? That was gold.
Well, and I've talked about it a bunch before, but the tweet "Merry Christmas" after he got caught jerking off was classic. And then my favorite ever, I mean, my favorite fucking line in any movie is in Waiting for Guffman when they're about to do the play, and he goes, "If you can't remember your line, just shout out any line, even if it's from a different show." That's what I do. I mean, that is the fucking funniest advice ever.
And
just say a line from a different show.
That's probably a riff, you know?
Oh,
That's
sure.
Genius. I was thinking about this, not to change the character here, and I know we got to go. This will be the last thing. Julia Louis-Dreyfus might have the best comedic TV resume of all time.
I would say so, yeah.
SNL for a stint in whatever that was, 88. Seinfeld, best sitcom of all time. She's also in Arrested Development as a reoccurring character. She plays a blind woman. It's really funny. Then she's in Curb for the reunion. And then she carries her own show, Veep, which is a killer show.
Yeah, and Old Christine or whatever. And then she's in the early Curb, too, season 1 or 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She's amazing in that one.
What a resume of just powerhouse comedy shows back to back. And then to carry one at the end. Unbelievable. Yeah. With cancer, by the way.
Yes, and great tits.
Great tits. And pregnant in a lot of Seinfeld.
Yeah, and a nice smile.
Abortion. All right.
All right, we got to wrap it up. I got a family Zoom in fucking 10 minutes here. All right, well, check out the Patreon. Get on the Patreon. Go check out the special. Give it a like, give it a comment, and share it.
Yes, please. And you're not going to want to miss this Stranger by the Lake, so let's tack on, get a friend on there, tell a douche, go gay, spread the love, and we'll touch knees and talk about a gay porn.
Yeah, and wash your hands and
buy a shirt.
Take care of each other.
Yes, Queef, praise Allah. Thanks for all the love with the special, too.
George is saying
roast.
cut it. Oh, yeah, Coast to Coast Roast.
All right.
Got it.